We have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn conjunct in Pisces at 9 degrees. John Muir once said, "The power of imagination makes us infinite." I do believe he does describe this energy best in that statement. We have the creative and imaginative energy of Pisces, and that's amplified by the extreme conjunction we are experiencing, which is amplified by the full moon in Virgo that we just experienced. And when we tap into our imagination, into our thoughts, into our dream state, and allow it to guide our thoughts, our actions, our goals, the possibilities are limitless. So embrace your imagination, embrace the power of your imagination. You will find inspiration, you will find a way to manifest your dreams, and you will unlock your full potential. We'll sit back, relax, and let's explore the cosmic energies. Together we'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, of how to utilize this energy, how to own this energy, and move forward today and every day. Hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your daily focus for February the 28th, 2024. So we will start by diving into the numerology. We have the 28 energy. The 28 energy is a series of events that lead us to prosperity, to abundance, to new paths, new opportunities. But it's kind of like in a serendipity kind of way. One thing happens, it's kind of good. This happens over here, that's kind of good. This happens now, and it kind of brings it all together. And all of a sudden, you're standing in a whole new place. The power of the 11 and then the 28 in combination. We'll get to the 11 in a second. So it's a very beautiful energy to think of where you want to go, devise the plan, the strategy, and start the action. 2 plus 8 is a 10, and the 10 is about luck being around us, absolutely, luck to tap into. But it talks more about, the wheel of life and how we go through the seasons, how life keeps changing. And this is a time to write new chapters into your life of what you want to step into, of what goals you want to reach, of what successes you want to celebrate. 1 plus 0 is 1. That is the I am. Two most powerful words on the planet. I am. Knowing that you are capable. There's a confidence in us under a 1 energy. We want to face that challenge because we know there's success on the other side. And if there isn't, we know how it won't turn into success, and we will go a new route in order to obtain that success. If we look at the daily numerology, yes, 2 plus 1 plus 8 is the 11 energy. So we have a master number here with us today. If the energy isn't intense, let's just make it that much more intense. And the 11 energy comes in. First of all, it's a little bit about self-discipline. Okay, it's the master teacher. It's about meeting our responsibilities, our obligations, take care of the things in our life that matter, that we have an obligation to, that we are committed to. It's also about, and it is about finding out what has value, but more importantly, under this energy, what does not have value, so that we can leave it in our rearview mirror. It doesn't support us anymore. It doesn't work for us anymore. It doesn't bring value into our life anymore. It's just taking up space now. And this could be perceptions and ideas as well as something material or a person. It's about making a commitment to yourself, and then it is consistently meeting that obligation to yourself, that promise you made to yourself. And when you start incorporating these things into your life as part of your life, you will find successes happen quite quickly, especially under the 11 energy. Okay, the astrology of the day. Sun is in Pisces. Moon in Libra. I think it enters Scorpio late tonight, like 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will have a full day of Libra energy for our moon. Now we have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn conjunct in Pisces at 9 degrees. And this energy isn't, I know I call it a daily reading, but this energy goes right into March. I think it's like March 3rd or 4th it finally peters off, probably the 3rd. And 9 degrees under a full moon energy. 9 degrees is all about the completions, the endings, in order to make space for the new things that we want to bring into our life. There has to be room for it. We have to have the energy. We have to have the time. Maybe we also need the resources to go with everything. So, needless to say, it's a powerful alignment of energies which has been electrified by the Virgo full moon. And our focus needs to be on our self-expression, communication, practicality. And we're being encouraged to express ourselves authentically, confidently. So it is a time to align your goals with your true purpose. So ask yourself, what are your passions? What are your truest passions, your desires? And are there any limiting beliefs that are holding you back? Because this is the time to be able to remove them quite efficiently. And remember that both thinking and acting are important under this energy. We have Mercury, suggesting that we should engage in our thoughts and our dreams and our voice. Saturn brings in the importance of that strategic planning before taking action. So, give some pause. Take some time to sit in quiet solitude or meditation or prayer and ask yourself, what practical action could I take today to move myself 1 inch closer to that long-term goal of mine? Is it a realistic step? Is it achievable? It's important not to get stuck, though, in just the thinking about it. Balancing consideration with decisive action will be the key that opens the door for you. It may have significant impact on your goals, your work, your career, growing your stature. Saturn's in here bringing in a sense of discipline, responsibility, and encourage us to do some long-term planning for ourselves. So it is a time to set realistic goals. It is a time to work diligently, persevere, have a patience, take a structured approach. It could bring in opportunities for growth, for recognition, especially if you are aligning yourself with a great passion, a great desire of yours. Now, Pisces energy, we haven't even talked about the Pisces energy, and that's where all the action is. Okay, so Pisces energy is compassionate. We become the empath. And with the sun's involvement here, there could be a heightened sense of understanding or connection with others. So it's a time to deepen, strengthen relationships in our life. And when we are communicating with each other, it has to be with compassion. It has to be with empathy to really find that true balance between their needs and ours. It encourages self-reflection, so meditation, prayer, emotional healing, spiritual growth. And it is a time to prioritize self-care, self-love. Step into activities that bring you joy. And, when we do that, actually, Saturn is, because where we are focused, that's where the growth always is. When we start paying attention to our mundane, what happens is Saturn's influence brings a sense of discipline and structure to our everyday routines. It encourages us to establish these healthy routines in our life, these boundaries as well. I think one of the most important things to do under this energy is to just find some time in solitude, meditation, prayer, sitting in quiet contemplation. Mercury in Pisces sets the stage for our thoughts to be beyond powerful. So imagine those ginormous goals. Imagine the little ones too, okay? Saturn is there paying attention, taking crib notes to assist us in making the plan, planning the steps, creating the strategy. And the sun is us, walking with a confidence toward our tomorrow. Okay, let's turn to the cards, shall we? Who wants a free mini reading? Okay, well, you know the drill. You got to be a subscriber. And you can use any format, okay? If you're a subscriber on Patreon, that's cool. Facebook, cool. YouTube, cool. So subscribe, give a thumbs up, please, a like, and leave us a comment. Now the comment could just be an emoji. Doesn't have to be anything grand. Doesn't have to be a grand gesture or anything. Just leave a comment, okay? Those 3 things puts you into the hat for a free mini reading. So what's a mini reading? Really, it's what I do when I'm out and about. So if you live around where I live, then you've probably even experienced being behind me or getting a little personal reading. You know, I start with your birth date. I ask you what your birth date is, and then I just, it's only a couple of minutes long, but it does give you, I usually wow people. They turn a little white sometimes. Their jaw drops. They grab me and say, "No, tell me more. The other customers can wait." So it's just fun. But if you'd like to win one, then that is the requirement, and I will leave it until midnight tonight, wide open for you. But it has to be in this video, okay? Let's see what our energy is like here. We have the King of Pentacles. This is a man of great wealth. Okay, he is the richest king in the deck. This is definitely about abundance, prosperity, and growing these things in our life. Stature. Okay, realize that this is your energy for the day. Walking through this day, you can be the King of Pentacles. You can be the richest king on the planet. Now, how do you go about your day? Well, you're pretty tried and true. Really, what you would expect a stereotypical day to be like, that's what he does. But he's also very tried and true in what has worked in the past in order to create abundance, create wealth, create prosperity, is really his baseline of how he's going forward. But if you notice, his crown is a living vine, so he has to think outside the box. His thoughts always have to be growing. He has to be creative. He has to be innovative. We have the Ace of Wands. We want to bring in the balance. We have to understand the center point of some things in our life. So we're right now just trying to see what works and doesn't work. And I said it so many times in the weekly readings that we're throwing it against the wall. What sticks we're going to work with. What falls to the floor we're going to sweep up, put in the trash, and then we're going to look at those things and we're going to push those things farther. And we're going to maybe say, can we diversify? Can we add to? Do we need to subtract? And we're going to feel our way to that center point in our life of feeling totally in balance, totally in control, totally confident, strong, courageous. We have the Strength card. When was the last time we had the Strength card out here? I think it showed up in 1 or 2 of the weeklies this week, but it has not been a card that we've been talking about at all for quite some time. I bet you it hasn't come up 3 times since the new year, if it's come up that many times. It's been hiding in the deck this whole time because the energy wasn't right for it to come out and talk. And here it is today. We sit beside that lion. The lion doesn't fear us. We do not fear the lion. There is a mutual respect, a mutual understanding, a mutual trust. And this is the bridge that we need to build with each and every person that we come in contact with. We have to be one of the highest of integrity under these times. There is no underhanded approach. There is no manipulation that will be taken or found acceptable in any way. Little white lies, you might as well tell a big one because you're going to get the same kind of punishment for it. Being totally trustworthy. And giving unconditional love. Opening your heart up a little bit. We are in a Piscean energy. So our spiritual approach, our center of love approach, is just as important as our mind and our body and our thinking and our acting. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We sit with confidence. We have the King of Pentacles. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So we know that there is abundance awaiting us, and it is meant for us. Nobody else can take it. They could try, but there's no way. And there's more than enough on this planet to go around for everyone twice. Okay? So don't think if you get it, then somebody else won't have it. That is just simply not the case. There's more than enough abundance, prosperity in this world to suffice for all of us. Here we have the sun carved into our chair. Okay, so we're talking about the sun, we're talking about Mercury, we're talking about Saturn. And you sit here with the strength. You know that the storm has passed now. You know that you can breathe a little bit easier. That you can let your hair down a little bit. That you can relax and go with the flow and take life one day at a time right now. And just breathe it in and breathe it out. Breathe it in again. We're going to pick a couple more cards. We have the Chariot. The Chariot is, and I said in, I think, the full moon reading that I don't think we're going to be making true decisions until after the beginning of March when it comes to this energy. In order to make true decisions. We may make some decisions, but I'm sure we'll be adjusting those decisions as we go forward over the coming days. The Chariot is pulling it back. Yes, we are going to ride that Chariot wonderfully fast and straight and pure down the path, but first we need to know where we're going. We need to be able to see down that pathway. What's in store for us? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak? Is it a dead end? It's foggy, it's dark, and we need to give ourselves the time to process, the time to observe, the time to take things in under a logical mindset and look at the practicality of how we can go forward in it before we actually make the move to go forward. One more card, you say? Why not? Look at this, the moon. Talk about strong energy. The Chariot, the Strength card, an ace is thrown in there with the royal couple of the Pentacles. And then we have the moon, and this is about finding that pure center, that center, core, that feeling that you've got this, that everything will work out, that, it's about having a faith, a hope, a belief, a renewed faith perhaps. And it's in yourself, and it's in God, your angels, your guides, the universe, that divine energy that surrounds us all, your higher self. It's about allowing ourselves to feel that sense of freedom, that sense of liberation. It's about being centered on our path, being balanced in our path. Okay, we're going to get to some playing cards out here because they're just fun to do. Sorry. I hope you're enjoying them too. You read this deck just slightly different than you would tarot. So it's not, if you know the tarot, you can learn this way as well. We have the Queen of Hearts. This is loving yourself. This is believing in yourself, knowing that you've got this, knowing that you can accomplish it. And it's how big do you want to grow that dream? Because the only definition for how big it can become is by what limitations you have allowed into place. Maybe you've put them there. Maybe you've allowed somebody else to put those limitations into place. But nonetheless, it is preventing you from going forward in the way that you want. It is about having that awakening and, bursting through that glass ceiling that you have allowed in place for yourself. We've got the Eight of Diamonds, so it's all about making money, creating abundance, wealth. That we have the capability of going forward in this way. It's really limited on what limitations you put into place, because otherwise it's limitless under this energy. So you decide, but then you have to formulate the plan, right? You have to think it through, you have to formulate the plan, figure out the steps, figure out the strategy, and then you have to implement it. So it doesn't just happen because the card came out. It happens because you said, this is my time to shine, and I'm going to stand up and be seen. We have the 10 of Diamonds. This is the yes card in a matter of speaking. This is the card that says whatever you want, whatever you put your focus on, whatever you put your focus on is really the key there. Whatever you put the focus on will happen. Okay, so if you put the focus on, I don't have enough money in the account, what the universe does is says, hey, she's done. She doesn't have enough money. There's not enough money in the account. That's just leave it at that, guys. Don't put anything in there. Nothing in the account. Let's take out a little bit, actually. Let's create some kind of havoc so that she's got to take more money out of her account now. And by saying I don't like going to work, they hear I like going to work. That's what they hear. I like going to work. The more you say it, the more they say they want to work more. What are you putting your focus on? What are you putting your attention on? And I know I'm kind of making a little bit of a jest of it, but really when you start to understand that, okay, I had one client, I've talked about her a few times now. She kept telling them, I want to get to 0. And I was like, stop. Because what you are asking is that you lose your house, you lose your car, you get to 0. They're making every attempt possible for that to happen, because the more she said it, the more things were getting worse for her. So we changed her wording. I knew what she wanted. They didn't get it. But this is the yes card. Where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your attention? Because that is what is going to materialize in your life. You've got a green light. You've got to go. It's an incredible time. We have amplify your positive emotions. I kid you not, that is the card. I love how this deck usually agrees with everything that I'm saying. Be the ripple effect. I had a card that said that too once. It's probably on the shelf somewhere. Okay, amplify your positive emotions. So there is a ripple effect of energy flowing from you. Be positive. Simply staying happy and sending that happiness out from your heart will benefit those around you. As you adjust your motives and attitudes, this energy flows from you in circles, affecting all of your desires and beliefs. There is a chance to bring good fortune and influences into all events of your life, as circles represent cycles, and we have the wheel, right? The 10 energy is the wheel of life. Right? Going through the seasons, going through the changes, growing and changing, the book says. With every ending comes a new beginning. Trust that with positive energy, you radiate what you want to attract and what you want to wish for. I kid you not, we'll get an animal before we go. So, intense times. Maybe you want to watch the video again, take a couple notes, put them up on little sticky notes so you can keep track of everything that you need to do. It's demanding a lot of us. Yes, like the 11 energy, the master number, it demands a lot of us. But the rewards are so much greater when we pay attention and we adhere. We go with the flow. We go on faith, belief, and an attitude of winning. We have the sea turtle, protection. You are the master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm, and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. I was wondering how this card was going to fit in, and look how it did. Okay, you are the master of finding life's flow. Find the flow, okay? Find the flow. It's an amazing thing to ride once you found the flow, okay? Things don't bother you. You don't get worried. You don't get upset. You know, there was a point not too long ago where I was pretty well at 0. Well, negative. Like, we were into the negatives with no signs of anything coming in. And I said, I know you got this, but do you really have to take me to the very final hour every time? Like, I know you got it though, so I'm not worried. And I just, if I needed something, I went and bought it. I didn't say, well, that only leaves me this much money in the bank. I did not think about it. If I needed it, of course, I shot for a good price. But still, if I needed it, I didn't say, no, I can't have it right now, because that's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Because that is a lack of belief, right? And I went to the mailbox, and there was a check for just shy of $10,000 where the government had made an error with some of my taxes throughout the years, and I was audited unbeknownst to me, and they said, sorry, we made a mistake. We owe you for this many years. And I was like, wow, keep it coming, right? So about a week and a half later, I went to the mailbox, and the government said, well, now that we've redone that, now we see that you are entitled to this, so we're going to put this in your bank account. Well, isn't that great, right? Well, about a week and a half after that, guess what? Another letter from the government saying, hey, we're going to give you this, okay? We didn't realize we weren't giving you this. We're going to give you this now. So all of a sudden, I'm back at finally zero again, right? Which is fine with me, because I know they're going to take care of me. Okay, so I don't care if you believe me or not. That is my story. I've always been honest to you guys. This is something that has recently happened in my life over the last 6 months or so, and it's been an incredible journey of just feeling the freedom, the liberation, and trusting. And it takes a lot of growing in order to get to this point in time. Trust me, I've been doing this work for 40 years, and over the last 10, 15 years, it's been a lot of learning. But now, here I am, knowing that I got all the lessons right. I've got the knowledge, I've got the wisdom. Anyways, I don't know why I went into that little rant there, but, be the master of going with the flow. That's how it all starts, is by going with the flow, just taking a deep breath and saying, this is happening for a reason. There's something good in this. I know there is. And sometimes you'll throw in the towel and say, enough of this, I can't do it anymore, and shake your hand at the sky. But it gets easier and easier, and the more that you start to do things like that, the more happiness and joy comes into your life on a regular basis. Anyways, I've been jabbering way too much. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.